Hello, YTPC, and all those who will be watching. This is Potter Piper. Happy Memorial Day. I'm here in upstate New York, capital region of New York, and it is raining. Didn't start till the afternoon. Just in case he moves, because this is very unusual for, I'm not going to say his name because he might move, but for the J-Man to sit with me. That's very unusual. Normally he guards over on the side. Had a good Memorial Day. Oh, I am smoking my Danish Winslow from David of St. David's. Thank you, David. Thank you, Morg. And I am smoking HH Pure Virginia. Been getting in Virginias this spring. I've been sitting with the HH for a few days as I'm getting into a year of more serious pipe smoking. I'm enjoying how my palate is maturing. It's appreciating more of the tobaccos. I'll get into that. I'm in my civvies. But this morning, I was blessed to be a part of the local town's Memorial Day parade and festivities. And I'm new to this area. I've been in little towns, and in the cities. When I've been in the little towns, they want their priest, their clergy, pastor, to be a part of the parades. Cities, I'm not saying it never happens, but I could go into all that, but I'd rather not. So about 3-4 weeks ago, one of the parishioners here asked me if I would be the clergy representative for the parade. I drive in the parade, I do the opening prayer and the closing prayer. Apparently our church hasn't participated in many years. And there's many Catholics that are a part of this. And I will admit, when it comes to holidays, sometimes I just want to veg out. And not that vegging out is not good, it is. But at the same time, it's good to be challenged. So I said yes for a number of reasons. One, because they asked me. Two, our parish hasn't been represented in years. So this morning, went to the planning stage to find out where I go, and I don't really know, and I'm new here. I don't really know many people. Luckily, the rain held off until after, which was a blessing because it was overcast, which was great because I wear a lot of black. And I like that. I don't have any issue with wearing black. I like black. But in the summer with heat, it can be a little rough. So I was appreciative of that. So met a number of people and people who go to our parish but I haven't been to in a while. So it was evangelization, kind of a reminder that there is a priest here that is interested in being a part of this small town community. And they'll even tell you, this parade is like Mayberry Parade. You've got the local high school, you got middle school and high school band that march. You got the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts, and they still call them Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. You got the VFW, and we had one guy representing, he is 97 years old, World War II vet. And before I went, we have a cemetery here. Old cemetery. And the local VFW goes to all the local cemeteries, and they all show up. They do prayers, and they do the 21 gun salute. It's their way to show honor and respect. And I happened to be walking, I was getting ready to leave, and I saw them, so I walked over and just offered my respects as they were doing it. So I had somebody driving me, and it was a lady in the town, not Catholic, and she was so wonderful. She just thought it was great. She was driving the local Catholic priest, being very polite and so forth. So it was good to be seen. A lot of people were appreciative. Some were kind of like, those Catholics. So we drove throughout the small town slowly. I was more in the front, waving to people, and some people are like, "Oh, it's Father." Others look. And then I like to joke if I see people, there's just one big group in front of a house. This was 10:30, 11, and they all had what looked like mimosas and things like that. So I yelled out to them, "It's 5 o'clock somewhere, looking good." And they were funny. See, they love that. So then one walked forward and said, "Father, do you want a drink?" I didn't say no. I just said, "I've got to do the prayers later." So I said, it might not be good if I start drinking at 10:30 in the morning. But it's funny, if you put orange juice in something, it's acceptable in the morning. And they were fun. They're like, "Come back later, come back later." So they go to the local cemetery, a different one than mine. And it's good to see so many families and kids. They need to see that. And at the same time, each year there's less and less. The people organizing this are great, but it's like anything in church, communities, we have to start cultivating some of the younger generation to keep this going, because it is important. And so many things have fallen away. We know that, especially with, I won't use the C word because then such things happen, but with the health crisis of, I want to be careful. I don't want to say people didn't have issues. So with what happened 3-4 years ago, it just gave a lot of people excuses to stop participating. Church, community. So I didn't want to downgrade what people did suffer. It's just the fact that if you start saying the C word, then they start putting stuff on your channel and that. So it was good, and then, so I had to drive to there was a local funeral home where we could park and walk to where we started. Now, the lady that drove me lives literally next door to the cemetery where we ended and finished the festivities. So as we're pulling in, I said, "You are going to drive me back, right?" And she kind of looked at me like, "Well, I guess if you need a ride in that." I said, "Well, it's going to start raining. I'd love it if you did." And she was nice enough to do it. And it was good. I mean, it was enjoyable, a great way to remember those who gave their life for this country, freedoms, and many others. To do it for myself in the sense of getting out of my laziness, to represent our parish, our church, as a new person here, to represent the community, was important. So, however we celebrate Memorial Day, by just enjoying the day, hopefully being happy, living the freedoms that so many gave so that we could do it. Now this is going to upload God knows when. But even if we just somehow honor and respect, we give it. It's just important to be a person that offers it in some way. So, happy Memorial Day. I was reflecting on well, see, it's in almost 13 minutes, and then I start getting nervous. These people start shutting off at 4 and 5 minutes. So every time I want to start talking about something else, like the Gap, I want to talk about my reflection on codger blends and now small batch blenders, and how there was such a difference of yesteryear and today, pros and cons. But what I start thinking of now is, of course, Jilly Man, who normally sits away from, it's raining, under the porch, normally sits away from where it is. Now, he's been cleaned. Now I notice is now sitting close to the edge, so he's getting wet. And I'm letting him do it because whatever, my nature would be to, hey, stop that and so forth. Why? Because that's how my father was. And I hated it. Right, Jilly? All right, well, all right. Say hi to everybody as you're sitting close to where it's raining. I don't know if people can see that. So, just wanted to jump on and say happy Memorial Day for those in the States. And always keep out here. YTPC, Team Freedom. Always a reminder, I have those badges everywhere. It's just a constant reminder of the importance of beauty of freedom. Not freedom in general, my own freedom. And just a reminder that if anybody's going to step on them, I need to be aware of it, know what that means, but also to respect other people's freedoms, even Jilly's. All right, everybody, happy Memorial Day. I hope this day finds you blessed. And if it's challenged, please know I keep you all in prayer. I keep you in prayer by name if I know it. And I do keep all of you in prayer. Happy Memorial Day. God bless Potter Piper, Jilly. Happy Memorial Day.